you guys doing? Give it up for all the other amazing comedians. Give it up for your host. So amazing. My name is Milton Granadillo. I'm from Venezuela. That's why I have this sexy accent. No, my accent is not sexy like Antonio Banderas sexy. My accent is more sexy like extra number 2 on Narcos. The cool thing about having an accent is that if you guys don't laugh, I'm gonna blame it on the accent. So it's all good. It's all good. Guys, I got my green card, man. Yes, man. Yes. It was so much money, man. Like a lot of money. But it's fine. I'm gonna shake it up. It's fine. I'm here. The show's gonna be amazing. And afterwards, if you guys wanna give me a hug, buy me a beer, start a GoFundMe, take it all, man. Yeah. My English has been getting a little better. I know how ironic. It's a little better. My English has been getting a little better. Like, when I was a kid, it was just messy. Like, when I was a kid, I used to collect Hard Rock Cafe pins. You know, they sell these metal pins with the name of the city. I used to collect them all. I used to be crazy about them. The thing is, in my very precarious English, I thought the plural of pin was penis. So try to imagine you're a store manager, and then this 8-year-old kid comes, and he's like, "Sir, I like your penis." "Sir, how much for your penis?" "Sir, where are you going?" "I want your Hard Rock penis." But yeah, now with this like green card, man, I feel like indestructible, man. Honestly. Like I'm like bumping cops in the street, like what's up? I'm legal, bro. It's similar to when I got the first COVID vax, you know, that I felt like indestructible. I started eating like 4-day-old croquetas, you know. I was like licking the metal tooth from the boss. I was like, I don't care, man. I'll live forever, man. Also, it was kind of weird, like filling all the paperwork, you know, because, for example, you have to put your race. And I always thought, coming from Venezuela, I always thought that I was Latino and white. But then, I went to West Palm Beach, and I saw some white people dancing. And then I was like, yes, I am not white. Okay. I have an American partner. I did it, you know. And not for the papers, you bastards. We tried, we use the term partner because we are a 50-50 relationship. Also, we want to normalize the term, you know, for all those couples that had to hide their love. But mainly, I use the term partner because the word girlfriend is so hard to pronounce. I can't, man, I can't. I can say girl and I can say friend, but girlfriend, I get like it's like Fort Lauderdale. I can't say the name of that city without sounding like I'm having like a stroke under the water. Like Fort Lauderdale, Fort Lauderdale. I can't, man. I can't. Also, I feel it's like a city expression. You know, I'm a 36-year-old man, and I can't be like, well, I have a girlfriend. It's like stupid, man, you know. American English, sorry. American English is a bunch of like city expressions that you guys take for granted, you know. There's a lot of words that come from the sound of that thing, you know. Like the fact that snap, crackle, and pop are actual verbs just blows my brain. Like, you know? When people are like, don't knock on my door, I'll buzz you in. It's like, what is this, like a Dr. Seuss? It's ridiculous, man, honestly. Oh, because of some douchebag in marketing decided that we can't longer call them sandals. I have to be like, baby, have you seen my flip-flops? I feel like an idiot, man, you know, like. But don't get me wrong, Spanish has also like silly expressions, especially because Spanish varies from country to country. Like, for example, in Venezuela, for Velcro, you know, Velcro, we use the word cierre mágico. Cierre mágico means magical zipper. Like, I can't go to a shoe store and be like, hey man, I want some shoes with like magical zippers? The guy's gonna be like, oh sure buddy. You want me to pick someone to pick you up? You want me to call someone? Are you okay buddy? I used to live in Argentina for a while, and it's just bonkers the way they speak there. You know? Like the buzzer, you know, where you go to, like, you know, at a building, intercom, they call it portero eléctrico, electric doorman. Motherfucker! Like, I can't be like, I can't look on a face when you tell me like, yeah, just come and, you know, touch my electric doorman and I'll let you in. What? Also, Argentinians, they have this thing where everything that has a G sound is pronounced sh. Like, for example, in Spanish, if you say, I cry when it rains, because this is a very emo example, but yeah. I cry when it rains, in regular Spanish, you would say, yo lloro cuando llueve. But in Argentinian, it's yo lloro cuando llueve. Like, so much spitting, man. Like, of course, COVID was huge there, man. It's so bizarre because even speaking in English, they do it. You know, I used to work at an ad agency, and we had clients in the United States, and it was just bonkers to hear them on the phone. One time, a lady was like, "Shez, I'm taking first thing in the morning, I'm taking a shit, and then I'll be there by noon." I was like, "What the fuck, lady?" And she's like, "Yes, a ship plane." I was like, "Motherfucker, no. Not me, no, no." They wanted to ask for my contact, and they're like, "Shemale. You can't use that expression." Yeah. I'm Maria at gmail.com. No, too much. Like the G spot, they call it she spot. Well, it actually makes sense. ¿Y si tienes los dos? Yes. ¿Qué haces? That's what you do to it. You know, you're like excited.
That's good advice. Take notes, you guys.
Right. Yes. You distracted me. Thankfully, I have my notes here. Because by the way, this theater is awesome. When you have people talking, you have a TV on, you have a disco ball. Like, welcome to my brain. Like, so I live with my partner. I live with a cat, and I also live with depression. Who here has some sort of mental illness? Yes! Broken people are my people. I love it, man. That's definitely very different performing in front of a Hispanic audience versus an American audience. Oh, they're high-fiving. They're like,
we were comparing illnesses.
oh, that's lovely. We're gonna switch notes later. Because that's the thing, I perform stand-up in English and Spanish because Miami is this beautiful bilingual city that gives you an opportunity to fail into languages. So there's definitely a difference when I perform, you know, like when I perform in front of an American audience and I say that I have depression, you know, it's a celebration, you know. People are like, you're so brave. I'm like, no, you're so brave. We start playing like Pokemon, like trading Pokemon cards for his necks. You know, I'll do Xanax, I'll do Prozac. I do Viagra. Great, whatever works. But a Spanish audience, I'm like, I have depression. And they're like, no. I was at a show in Spanish, and there was a comedian talking about eating ass. Very graphically. And then I was like, I have depression. And people were like, too far, man. Sorry about that. Because I understand that I don't look depressed, you know? I look, if anything, I look like, I don't know, like the bass player of a Christian rock band. I look like, you know, like a nearsighted version of Bruno from Encanto. We don't talk about how my insurance doesn't cover LASIK. Yeah, because also being depressed is not only being sad. Yes, there's sadness, but you can be depressed and you can be feeling angry, feeling frustrated, feeling numb, feeling suicidal, or feeling all of the above, like driving through Ocean Drive during spring break, you know. All those things. It's all those things, you know. Just taking my notes. Oh, this is how white. Yes, I don't have the faces of the first guy. Ocean Drive. So, if you ever have a mental illness, I will highly recommend, you know, getting some help, finding a friend, doing stand-up. Yeah. I have a psychologist. And by the way, every mental illness is important. There's no problem that's too small, you know, everything counts. But sometimes when I'm talking to my psychologist, I feel like an asshole. Because she's in Venezuela. So sometimes I'm speaking with her, like last time, she was like, oh, I'm sorry that I log in so late, but the thing is we've been having no electricity for the last 4 days. And I couldn't use the stairs because there were mugging people on the stairs. So what's up with you? And I'm like, well, my partner said something. I'm a douchebag, man, like, come on. It's hard to explain the Venezuelan situation, you know, because it's so surreal. Because of all this like socialist agenda, there's no food, there's no meat, for example. It's America's worst fears. Communism and veganism. Yeah. And also like, I feel like, yeah, it's very surreal. And also, I feel like Americans have like a different standard of what a crisis means, you know? Every time an American friend is like, oh man, I don't know about this inflation. How far can we get? I'm like, oh, baby. You're so cute. Shut the fuck up. Because yes, there's different standards, you know, like when I first, American. Like when I first moved here, it was during hurricane season, you know. So one friend came and he's like, hey, listen, you have to be careful during hurricane season because there's not gonna be water service. There's not gonna be food. There's not gonna be gas. And you can't leave your house at night because it's dangerous. And I was like, cool, but what's the problem? Who here is, let me see where you guys from. Huh? Where are you guys from?
I was born here, but my parents are Cuban.
Awesome. Cuban, Venezuelan. Who else from any country?
Chinese and Colombian. Whoa.
Chinese and Colombian. Wow. The food in your house must be amazing.
I carry the recessive gene for blue eyes, and I'm looking for anybody else with that too.
Wow. I'm amazed. Also, I'm amazed of how skinny you are, considering that you're Chinese and Colombian. Like, wow.
Maybe.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Peruvian and Cuban.
Peruvian and Cuban. Wow. All right.
Okay.
good, yeah. Okay, it's good. I feel like Latinos are the only people that brag about how bad our country is going. We get super competitive, especially talking to other Latinos, you know. We start playing like mystery poker, you know. Argentina is like, we have inflation. Colombia, we have drugs. Venezuela, we have a dictatorship. Peru, we have too many Venezuelans. And then Haiti is like, hey guys, what are you playing? Fine, Haiti, you win. Shame on you for that. Also, I feel like sometimes coming from a, right? Coming from a place in crisis makes me a little jaded, you know. Every time I hear, like, I turn on the news and it's like, crisis in Ukraine. I'm like, yeah, but how bad? Like, come on, man, like, yeah. Give it up, by the way, give it up for Villain Theater, man. Beautiful place, so welcoming, honestly, such a positive place. Sometimes it's like toxic positivity, you know? Like sometimes I tell jokes here, and I'm like, yes, I rule, and then I tell the same joke other place, and I'm like, ooh, I suck. Because everyone is super happy here, you know, everyone claps, everyone is like respectful, you know. But as a comedian, that doesn't do anything. I don't know what to do with that. It's like one time I was with my partner at an Uber, and we were having a conversation in English, and then the driver that was Cuban, the guy interrupts our conversation in Spanish. He's like, hey, I just want you to know, your English, very good, man, very good. I don't speak English, but your English, amazing. What do I do with that? Like, how is that useful, man? You know? But I appreciate the sense of it. You know? Because also I come from a country where Venezuelans, I think, sometimes are like cursed with being like too nice all the time. Like we have to like force ourselves to be nice all the time. It's fucking exhausted to be nice all the time, you know? Like for example, Marcel. Marcel is one of my best friends. She's one of my childhood friends. I known her since I'm like 12. Marcela, it's like this high. I don't know how to measure in American, but she's like, I don't know, 2 footballs and a pack of pencils. I don't know how to measure in American. Like, I don't know, like 3 feet and 3/4 of the penis of George Washington. I don't know. And she speaks like a unicorn coming off morphine. She's like this, and thank you guys. I love you guys so much. She's like a fairy, you know. And Marcela loves dolphins. The mammal, not the team. She loves it. And you know, we had the beautiful tradition as a group of friends to buy her stuff with dolphins for her birthday, you know. But you know, her 15-year-old birthday, dolphins. 20-year-old, dolphins. 25, dolphins. Fuck, she's not growing out of it, man. And every time she opened the press, she'd be like, guys, dolphins. Fuck, man, she's not growing out of it. And then it became this like annoying task we had to do. Like we would meet every birthday, like 1 week before that, at a mall to try to like track, you know, dolphin shit. And it would be like, dolphin towels, no, I got her in 06, I got her too. Dolphin earrings, yeah, she had like 9 of them. Dolphin dildo, maybe. So one day, like on her like 29th birthday, she opens the present and she's like, guys, dolphin. Thank you so much. By the way, who told you that I like dolphins? What are you talking about, Marcela? You love dolphins. Like, your room is full with dolphin stuff. And she's like, yes, for all that crap you guys give to me. Because she was too nice and we were too nice, man, you know? Like, no one ever talked. We were being too nice. By the way, Marcela got married. She looked like a child bride. It was adorable. And her wedding video, she invited us over to see the wedding video. And the soundtrack is this like devastating song that the lyric is, it's like, say something, I'm giving up on you. It's like the most like devastating breakup song. And that's the soundtrack of the wedding video, man. It's involuntarily hilarious, man. Where she's like dancing with the husband, it's like, say something, I'm giving up on you. So I asked her, I was like, Marcela, do you mind if I tell this story on stage? And she's like, no, I don't mind. I love you. But then she told me, she's like, well, I'm gonna stop doing her voice because like I'm getting like raspy. Imagine this book with her voice. Imagine that I have like, strawberry marshmallows in my mouth. So she tells me like, well, yes, and also you should know that I knew about the lyrics of the song. The thing is, a friend of mine was the editor of the video, and he put that song, and I felt so bad to tell him. She was being too fucking nice, and that was the issue. Yeah. I'm so happy to be here and be holding a green card, guys. So cool. Like, yes, thank you. One people. A bunch of people are like, when is my appointment?
The dick appointment.
Sure. However you want to pay for your thing, I don't judge, it's fine. But yeah, because I used to hold a visa, a work visa, which was very peculiar, I can't say the name of the place that I was working on because my visa depended on them. I'm just gonna say that it was a Hispanic TV station. I'm not gonna say the name. I'm just gonna say that it rhymes with Telemundo. Yeah, it was very tricky working there, It was very stressful most times, which was like very bizarre. Like having like a depression attack, having like a panic attack in Telemundo in front of a poster of like Pasión de Gavilanes, A guy with his shirt open till here, like, oye, ¿qué te pasa? I also work at Disney Channel, and Disney Channel has a bunch of like positivity message, a bunch of like posters of like Mickey Mouse, like, you can do it! Which is the worst thing you can say to a suicidal, depressed person. But yeah, Telemundo, it was, it was fun, it was hard, it was fun, it was hard. Like, there were a lot of like divas in high management, People will be like, hey, you don't know who I am. I'm the Vice President of Marketing for the West Coast. Yeah, but for a soap opera channel. That's like flying first class on Spirit. Like, relax, man. It's fun. We had a lot of like sensitivity training because Latinos, we have like a weird relationship with race. So we had a bunch of like sensitivity training, and the poor teacher, it was this like super American guy, and bro, what a saint. Like the guy would like explain, and no one would understand. I remember one time in a meeting, one guy was like, oye, pero it's just a color, man. I just say the color. And the guy's like, yeah, but you're yelling it from your car. One day the guy was like exhausted, and he's like, you know what, guys? This is a great rule of thumb. If you don't know if what you're about to say is racist, just stop and think about this. Would I say this in front of my grandma? And I was like, but what happens if my grandmother is a little bit racist? One time I was in an Uber, and this Venezuelan guy was like, yeah, there's some areas that I avoid, like Willy Wonka town. He's like, yes, where all the chocolate lives. I'm like, I mean, as a human, it's awful. As a comedian, I'm like, I wish you use your powers to good, man. I have dual nationality, and of course, by the way that I talk and I look, you guessed it, I am Venezuelan, and I am Latino. Jesus, Venezuelan Latino? Jesus. American geography, man. I am Dutch. Milton Granadillo is Dutch. Milton Granadillo Sanchez Bello is Dutch. That's always fun to explain to the immigration officer. That's putting on gloves to search for your cavities. I'm Dutch, wait. I'm Dutch. The reason for this is that my father is from Aruba. Aruba is this tiny island in the Caribbean that is part of the Dutch government. That's why I'm Dutch. It's like if Cuba had a little bit of luck, so it'll be Aruba, again, like 2 miles to the left. And so yeah, it's like a very cool, very nice island. You know, everyone's like thriving. Just for you guys to have an idea, one time one of my cousins failed all his classes. Like in high school, like he failed all his classes and he had to repeat 1 year. And as a punishment, they sent him to our house in Venezuela. We're not punishment. Like, don't use us to try to do like a reverse Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, no. Shame on you. So yeah, I have dual nationality, and when I was sorting out all these like papers, you know, I had to go to a meeting with my lawyer, and he was like, Milton, I just want to let you know that everything is good. Just be on the lookout, because if you commit a crime, you will get deported. The thing is now, in the eyes of the American government, you are no longer Venezuelan, you are Dutch. So if you commit a crime, Milton, you will get deported. But you won't get deported back to Venezuela. You will get deported to the Netherlands. Oh no. So I stabbed him. Thank you guys, my name is Milton Granadillo. Remember to vote because you can't abort them. You have the power to abort them.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Milton. Wonderful job. Thank you all. Thank you all for choosing to be here tonight and being pro-choice. And have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Have a good night.